Hello. Streamlabs, you're spoiling what the new widget looks like. This is Brian Euro Smith live from the Forbidden Library. Welcome. Have you seen this? I found the prettiest part of the library. And you can get it for yourself in the links in the description, because it may or not have been off Etsy, but I found it! And I dragged all my stuff here, and here we are, in a very pretty part of the Forbidden Library. Violet intensifies! I don't know if you've noticed from a lot of my theming, but purple is in fact my favourite colour. So there will be much purple, because I like purple. Welcome! 200 subs, thank you! 204 apparently. Where were these last 4 people when I was like at 98, 99 and I was sitting there like, where's the last couple of subs? Where are they? And here they are! Purple equals wealth, I mean, make it rain. Make it rain on my channel that makes no money. So in today's stream, we have many things we can do. We have my short story. Hi Luke! Yes! We're over 200 apparently. Didn't stream for a couple days and then 4 people popped out of the woodwork. Thank you those 4 people. Thank you for the 200 as well actually. I mean, thank you everyone. Yay! Good stuff. We have a short story as voted on by viewers, as I gave you guys sort of the selection of ideas that I had. And you guys chose Death's War with Resurrection Magic, which I ended up naming... What did I name it? What did I name it? I think it was Death and His Brothers... Stop the Apocalypse or something. Oh, I should have written it down. Scrolling down Twitter to find it. Ah yes, the 4 horsemen avoid the apocalypse. That is what I called it. So we'll have that. We will review my sub goals that I originally put in my first debut. And then we'll play some Passepartout, which I will base all the art I make on that. On books I've read, and on you guys in the chat. I thought that would be a good way to celebrate 200. I know I had like 90 to begin with, because this may or may not have been a channel that I originally did Let's Plays on long time ago. But that does mean at least about 110 of those are purely from my streaming. And I'm proud of this. But to say thank you, without further ado, should we get on with the story? Death and His Brothers. The 4 horsemen avoid the apocalypse by me! I should probably put that in my currently reading. The 4 horsemen... I spell it? I don't know. Avoid the apocalypse by me. Why did I decide on a bloody light novel title? That'll do. Yeah, you can see it. By me. The background is awesome. I can't believe I found it. I was scrolling Etsy for loads of stuff. All the links for all the new stuff I've got is in the description. So the library, the chat widget that's making you guys look pretty, and my transition, and my gaming overlay, which we'll see a bit later, are all in the description. So if you want to look and see if there's anything to enhance your own enhance your own streams, you can have a look at those wonderful Etsy stores and see if there's anything for you. But for now, the 4 horsemen avoid the apocalypse. Death used to like the church. Souls were much more willing to take his hand, much easier to calm down when they thought that he was leading them to their eternal paradise. Please forgive the editing. Then one day, like all mortals, the leader, the Pope, died. Like always. Death appeared and offered his bony hand, but the Pope did not take it. "Where do we go?" the Pope asked. Death did not answer. He never had for many, many years, but this was the first time a man of such standing in his faith had asked such a question. Had his faith been shaken just before death? Around him, his loyal devotees were praying and chanting. The Pope himself, shaking, hands tucked away and body pointed away. His glare only thinly veiled his fear as it darted around the room from death to his devotees. "There is nothing to be afraid of," Death tried to reassure him, as he had many times before. "It is time to rest." Death offered his hand. He had hoped that this would be an easy one, but the Pope took another step away. His skeletal sigh rattled in his robes. "It is your time," he told the Pope finally. Death could already tell no amount of talking would get through this one. Sometimes, many times, it was like that. Mortals clung so hard to life, but Death was nothing if not patient. He gave the Pope a fair chance to calm, to consider, but nothing changed. He continued to look at his devotees as if they would save him. After a time, Death raised his scythe to reap the soul's connection to the body. "No! Please wait!" the Pope begged, getting in the way, but that meant nothing to the scythe of Death. It came down with a whoosh, and nothing. The Pope had disappeared. Death's hollow eye sockets stared frozen a moment. He had not sundered his soul. Then the corpse of the Pope began to move. He sat up. The devotees exploded in jubilation. That was the first time Death saw resurrection magic. And it was a pain in his pelvis ever since. To begin with, it was just those in the church and those with high enough standing to be able to pay priests, to pay... I accidentally made a tongue twister there. Able to pay priests to pray for them on their deathbeds. All Death had to do was be fast enough to sever the connection between body and soul, and the resurrection would fail. It was not the way he liked to do things. It was always better to give the soul time to come to the realization of what had happened, but if they were going to meet their ends at the appointed times, the gentle approach was something he had to put aside. But even then, it was not enough. The mortals began to figure it out, so they began to chant spells while on moving carts to outrun him. Worse, as generations went by, the magic was refined, the spell became shorter, cheaper, and more accessible, until unless death was already physically materialized when someone had died, he could not get to the soul before the resurrection spell could. Soon Death had higher deities coming to visit him, rulers of various afterlives asking where their new souls were. What had happened to cause their worlds to stop populating? Death had told them, but gods were nothing if not fickle and unfair. It was obviously a failing on his part. He was not doing a good enough job. But what was he to do? He couldn't talk to the living humans, and the ones that died didn't stay dead anymore. The gods that did care for his plight, the gods did not care for his plight and told him to do better. There was not much more he could do on his own, so his only choice was to ask for help. Death had few allies. The higher deities saw him as nothing but part of the system. He did, however, have brothers. He would not ask war for help. That buffoon was having the time of his life with endless armies of soldiers, some that death wished more than anything he could take away. Souls trapped in horribly mangled bodies, but brought back by their commanders to charge the field once more. They were little more than zombies at that point. Gods be like unfair games. He approached Pestilence, but he could not help. Also dealing with his own frustrations as bodies were brought back cured of Pestilence's wonderful gifts. Famine had more success. In areas where famine weaved their blanket of sorrow, mortals began to realize that they could not get food they needed to support all of those who lived. There were some who began choosing death after dying of starvation multiple times. It was progress, but it was not enough to bring balance back, to sate higher powers that grew more and more impatient. The mortals really had no idea what they would inflict upon themselves if they did not accept death. 200. The gods finally told him, if he could deliver 200 souls to the afterlife by winter, they would consider postponing their holy wrath. Yes, they died of starvation multiple times because they keep getting resurrected. No one's dying. If not, well, no resurrection magic would allow humanity to survive what those deities would do, and death himself would perish along with them. His existence had no purpose if mortals did not exist. Pestilence helped wherever he could. He spread his blanket far and wide, but the progress was simply too slow. He would not meet his quota. Death searched far and wide for an answer. On the ones that chose death, there was one other kind of soul he could reap. Those who did not have a body to return to. The mortals were aware of this, and since it had become completely taboo to desecrate a body to the point it could not resurrect, it was not a viable option. Well done on the editing, me, I'm so good. While on his search, Death caught whispers of the worst invention since resurrection magic. There was an alchemist working in his home to make replacement bodies, fresh young bodies that people could be resurrected into. If that happened, then Death would never reach his quota. Oh, how ignorant the mortals were at bringing their own destruction. He discussed this with his brothers, and they all were as worried as he, except for war. Wonderful! More soldiers! He cheered. There was nothing to be done to stop them. They could not interfere with mortals. All seemed lost. Death watched as the alchemist succeeded, and as the seasons changed and a chill started to hang in the air, he lost all hope. What little progress they had been making came to an almost complete standstill. That was it. The humans had caused their extinction. He had tried everything he could. He had gotten so fast and strong and skilled that he would keep up with a carriage, that he could swing his scythe before a human's eyelid could close in a blink. But it had been for nothing. If he wasn't there or someone died, right at that second, he could not reap their souls. He was ready to give up. He turned to the entrance of the hospital that the alchemist had set up, off to spend his last days with his brothers, when his buffoon of a brother walked in. War's slightly jagged teeth always made him look like he was grinning ear to ear, even though, like Death, he lacked ears. "Let me dig you out of this, brother!" He stomped on over to the empty bodies. Plate. I think that's supposed to be armor, but the auto spelling didn't get it. Armor clonking and clinking. What do you mean, brother? It is over, Death told him. I can play with them. He looked at the body in front of him, an old, thin man. Before looking at another, you can whisper in their ears, War. You cannot do more than that, Death admitted. War was able to interact with the mortals, though he was not a physical being, though, so he was not able to do more than encourage aggression. Brother, Death warned, this does not seem like a good plan. We have no idea what will happen, if you will be able to return. War found the next body satisfactory, a large, burly man with a great beard. It is the only plan we have, War responded, and before Death could say more, War disappeared. The large, burly man opened his eyes. Red smoke leaked from the sockets as he got up. Now, War truly was grinning ear to ear as he flexed his new body. A nurse came down to see what was going on, but before she could so much as question an empty body moving on its own, War had her by the neck. Her soul screamed outside of her body, and with a quick swing of Death's scythe, she was silenced. He opened his lantern, gathering her soul for delivery later. Did you get her, brother? War asked, tossing her body aside. Yes, I did, Death confirmed. War chuckled. Then let's go fill your quota. That quota of yours. And with that, Death and War descended upon the mortal realm. The end! That was the short story. And because it's really hard to keep a short story short, my wonderful idea would be for this to be a prologue of an epic. Where some kind of hero rises up and manages to stop Death and War from going on their rampage, but in turn dooms the world and then has to fight gods, because, you know, it's not a good story unless you fight some gods, right? Oh yeah, but this actually counts, so... Da, 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 da. Thank you. Absolute toxic gamer gods. They just... things have to be perfect. But things are not perfect. The idea of that, because when I need writing prompts, Reddit's got some really good writing prompts, so I end up on there a lot. And this one is a bit of a twist on one that said about a world that has resurrection magic, but only like the rich and powerful can use it, or the people who have the money and stuff like that. But I thought, that's, yes, a great dystopia, but what if just everyone had it? What if just the entire world had res magic? Yeah, Death and War will not be sending the gods to Clap Town, but if this turned into a multi-book epic, then some hero could. I don't think the gods would give him a chance to use res magic, so... that hero would have to be very careful. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, everyone. That was the point of this story. Everyone can be resurrected. So, you know, that's kind of out of a job if everyone can be rezzed. That's why he was having some struggles. Ah, tea. Righto. That was the 200 reward. That's where I put my 200 in. They were all gonna have a 200 in somewhere. Da-da-da. 200 subs, 200 souls. Should I talk about some of the other ones that I was thinking about doing? What were the other options I did? Because there are some I'm actually kind of glad you didn't pick. because I was like, I have a vague idea, but I don't have a real idea. Which is like very different. Let me get you there. 1 second. The Death Swarm Res Magic, that one out. Penscalibur! No one went for Penscalibur, truly mightier than the sword. That made me sad. I didn't have a very good plan for what Penscalibur really was gonna be about, but I liked the idea a lot. And I may have to write a Penscalibur short story at some point anyway. And there was a couple of votes for 200 mysterious eggs, which I appreciate, because that one was going to be a little bit more involved with you guys of chat. Because inside the 200 mysterious eggs was going to be references to people in chat. There was going to be one that hatched into a dinosaur, one that hatched into basically a phalanx, because I was going to have it just be like lots of different little slime balls that form a queue. And one, Palm Star hasn't been here for a while, but one was going to be a palm tree that dressed up as a Christmas tree, so it was going to be a palm tree with a star on top. And stuff like that. I had no other actual plans for that plot, just that I could do references to whoever turned up in chat in it. Oh, and Lad Boys. I had a guy called Lad Boys in my chat at one point. That was gonna be like multiple people in a trench coat. But that's okay. That's what I thought maybe I could do in Passepartout. Once I do a bit of, if I do some drawings of the books I've read, and then some drawings related to you guys. I thought that'd be fun. And Tiny Dragon Heist was the other one, and that one's self-explanatory. It's a very small dragon. He probably hoards something very soft, like a plushie or something, and he was going to go steal a plushie, and it would be great. That one and Death was the only ones I had like actually good plans about. So I'm glad you picked one of those two, at least. The 200 mysterious eggs may have to happen at some point. Also during this stream, now we're done with this, get rid of this, boop, 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 bye word. Yes. We can, I would like to quickly go over this. You might remember, if, I don't think anyone here was at my original debut, but if you ever went back to watch it, you may notice this. I have ignored this. This is the, oh, whoa, come on, where's my mouse? Come here! This has been changed to 200 subs now because I said so. And I might either take the numbers down here. Let's get a nice little tick on there as well, that I've done that. I'm getting it. Da-da-da! That one's done. And I will read my whole first book on stream. I will read multiple of my own books on stream now. But I will split them out with other people's books still. Because I still want to give other people a good chance to get their books featured. So after Misperception, we'll read my first book, Moon Girl 1. And then we'll read something else. And then we'll read Moon Girl 2. And then something else. Then Moon Girl 3. And then something else. And go through that. And I might change some of these down as well, because progress. Play a horror game at 300. Yeah, I was thinking about taking that down to 300. This one, I'll take it down to 1,000, but I'm not taking this one any further down, because you need to earn that one. Because I so much as think about that, and I just want to die. I just want to die. And in terms of horror game, what I mean by horror game at 300 is I mean things like Mortuary Assistant. The ones that are like designed to make you scream kind of thing. Rather than my Sonic OC fanfics, yes. That I wrote in high school. That I wrote a long time ago. that are so very cringy and so horrible, but what does the internet like more than someone humiliating themselves? So you'll get to know about my wonderful OCs, and yeah, that's if you get me to 1,000 though, because like I said, you have to earn that shit. I ain't giving that out for free. It will hurt me physically, mentally, and emotionally, and I'm just not ready for that. Yeah, and stay curious. Stay curious until 1,000 subs. 900, only 9, less than 900 subs to go. Stay curious. But I was wondering if there were any other potential things you guys would like me to do and put in my goals. We could put maybe a 500 one somewhere. But I'm not sure what to do. I was wondering if anyone had any ideas, anything they would like to see me do. And also, since I'm here, I just want to show this one again, because obviously I'm at 200 subs, and these subs would not have happened without my mama. And there she is. And her Twitter handle. You should go follow her. She's great. And my rigger did not have a Twitter or anything like that when I asked. So that's their name on Fiverr if anyone was interested. Because he's done a great job. And my mama did a great job too. So I wanted to give them an extra shout out on this milestone stream. I know at some point I want to get a new outfit, but I don't know whether to put that on here or not as a sub goal. Fuck it, new outfit. There we go. I made the promise now. Cause I want a summer outfit. This outfit's very comfy and very warm and very toasty. So I would like an outfit for when it's a bit warmer. I would like a lovely summer dress or something like that. That is my hope. That is my dream. But if anyone thinks of anything else that they think would be a fun sub goal, please put it in the comments, I guess. For the rest of this stream, we will go play Passepartout. Oh, I just missed that. Why didn't chat one? A summer. I would very much like a summer outfit. Very much like a summer outfit. Hi, Snow Tackle! How you doing? You unfortunately missed the short story, but that's okay. I will be clipping it out and putting it into my, like, 1,000 books playlist anyway, so very specifically you'll be able to find that. And I suppose just so you're here, I just adjusted my sub goals as well. So if we get another 100, I will play a horror game, which by horror game I mean like something really spooky, like I said, Mortuary Assistant. I don't know, Five Nights. You know the ones that are just like no plot, just spoop. Just absolute spoop. Oh, you just woke up? I guess it is kind of early in other parts of the world. You guys tend to be a wee bit behind. And then at 500 subs, I will work on getting a summer outfit. I would like a nice summer dress. And at 1,000 subs, when that'll be enough to get me potentially to some kind of monetization, maybe, I will read cringy old fanfic that I wrote as a teenager to just, you know, humiliate myself. I have work today, or I'd probably still be asleep. Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, sleep is good. Why would you ever stop? I struggled this morning as well. I was just like, I don't want to get up. Why would I ever want to get up? Let's get on to some gaming, shall we? Do you want to see my new gaming overlay? Da 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 da. Here! Look! My new gaming overlay! I need to change the... Oh, 1 minute. I need to change my book, Still Freedom. Ah, there it is. Yeah, because we're on that now. Yay. Yeah, you're on paper! I thought this one was very on theme, very on brand for me, so hope you like it. We're gonna play Passepartout. Is the sound on for? Oh, I haven't sorted out the sound. 1 minute. Passepartout. Sound. Okay. Yeah, let me know if maybe, like, the only thing that worried me a little bit was potentially that the gaming screen is maybe a little too small. So if you feel like that, please let me know, because I can give it a little bit of an edit, and it'll all be good. Right, we're swapping to the graphics tablet because I am playing this shit on mouse. And we will start a new career. So I just want to get a small... I want to get one of my playlists that I can... Because we... Like I said, to start off with, I would like to draw stuff based off the books I have read while in the library. New career! Yes, I don't mind deleting my old career. Screen's good. Screen size is good. That's good. Nice. It was a bit smaller when I first bought the thingamajig. I had to edit it to make it a bit bigger. I'm lagging! Oh no. Lag. Maybe I need to turn the settings down on Passepartout. Maybe it's stretching me a little bit. Let's just exit a minute. Oh, I didn't mean to exit the whole game! I meant to just go back to the settings. Just gonna turn it down. I think I have it on like the highest graphics settings. Maybe that's messing me up a little bit. Settings! Très bien! Let's go très bien and see if that works. It'd be okay again. New career. Yeah. I don't mind. Are we back? Are we okay? Let's see what happens when it opens the curtains this time. Yeah, we seem to be fine now. Good. Does Passepartout even have any sound? Maybe it's just too quiet. I don't know. I'm not getting any sound. It doesn't look like you're getting any sound either. How about I put on a bit of BGM instead then? Just to see. Let's put... One second, I was just figuring out what BGM to put on. Media source. Where's the one I just had on for the reading? I think that'll be fine. Reading music! That'll do us. Up a little. Yeah, nice music. Okay. Now we can get on with some art! So the first book I read was Getting into the Library. Hello. Oh, that's loud. Loud, no, not so loud, not so loud. There we go. A bit of a new screen scuff there. Apparently, just forgot my mic was in at all. So you've had me ranting for ages, and you couldn't even hear me. So I was gonna say this one is based off. Oh, wow, to you too. Image. Look. Let me get a picture of it so I can show you what books I'm working on and which ones I'm not. Yeah, this is a book that I'm trying to work on with this. You can see the resemblance, right? So this was the first book I read when I came to the library. The only thing you missed, Snow Taco, was scuff. Absolute scuff. Yeah, for some reason OBS decided that my mic didn't exist for a moment, so I had to, do some magic and stuff like that. Other than that, hello Marcus, welcome. Welcome. Nice of you to start on the 200 celebration. I'm talking about books that I've read and drawing stuff based off them because I'm stuck in this magical library until I read 10,000 of them, so I may as well talk about them. This one is the first book I read since landing here, and it is Conquest of the Ten by Kay MacLeod. So I have to... Oh, no, that's way too... I don't like that. No. We're gonna have to probably make some kind of not as good paintings just to kind of keep things going. Anyway, Conquest of the Ten by Kay MacLeod. Kay MacLeod is happily becoming one of my favorite authors. This is one of 2 series I've read from her, and the other one is based on Pokemon. Oh, Mayamon, it's so good. The only reason it isn't in my 10,000 books is that I read everything that's available before I started streaming in my life, so I can't add it to the book collection because I've already read it. That's really annoying. It's Yangi. This is the villain, and I can't really remember her name very well, but she's very skinny. And she has the bosom like that. There we go. And Yangi. She's from another world. I read this one off stream. This is just one I just enjoyed reading. And she's from another world. She's trying to invade the main character's world. She's one of the main villains, and she has big tentacle magics. It's not good. And she's actually the mother of one of the main characters, which you love that. Gotta love that kind of drama. The rest of the book is about a group of characters who are the second generation of people who inherit power. So their parents got kind of chosen, and the people in the book that we follow are people who just kind of got stuck with it because they were born into that kind of family. And not only do they have to deal with the horrible things they have to deal with, they kind of have to be picking up after the people of the first generation who made a lot of mistakes and things like that. So I think that it's quite fun. It can get quite heavy at times, and what I can't forget with this character, she has the mist coming off her eyes because she's so powerful. Can't contain her power. She needs her crown. There we go. Beautiful. Let's do some little background dots because we can. Beep 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 beep. Beautiful. Absolutely the best thing you've ever seen, obviously. As you can see, my art skills are just top tier. Quest of the 10. Yeah! I'd call it the actual character name if I remembered what it was. Now, what was the second book I read? Since landing in the library. The second book was... Reflections of Another World. Let me show you this book. Ta-da! Reflections of Another World. So this book is obviously a light novel, as you can see. And we need to have it... I can't really use pink because that's the main dress. Let's use a beige. You want this? I want it for more, bro. Fuck. Fine, have it. I don't care. She's evil anyway. Let's have a nice beige. This one is about a young girl who is apparently ugly, but in all the pictures actually is not ugly at all. Because, you know, anime be like that sometimes. And she goes through this ornate mirror in her friend's antique shop. And it takes her to a world where beauty is flipped. Beauty standards, that's the word I'm looking for. Beauty standards are flipped. And the very pretty man, the blonde on the picture, he's bullied and hated because he's so ugly. But to her, he is so pretty. And she is not very pretty in her world. So everyone thinks she's very, very beautiful. And that's kind of what it is. And I picked it up because I was like, you know what? Like, the idea of flipping beauty things is very interesting, but it doesn't go that deep. Don't go that deep, fam. It's just... It's fun. It was easy to read, but it was... not what I wanted from it, I think is the best way to put it. However, the art. The art is so goddamn good. So very pretty. And I think that was the problem, is the art was so pretty, it made everything look pretty, so the whole point of the book was missed. Let's actually put in the mirror as well, actually. Oh no, I could use the white to do it. Yeah. I like that. Perfect. No. And then if we can put a couple of like grey stripes in it, and look, it's a mirror, beautiful. Then we want to get our main character in, so let's... Oh wait, I used the beige. Oh no. I'm gonna have to just imagine a thingy. We have to keep an eye on those bills though. I might fail just because I'm taking too long. But I used this for that, so I'm gonna have to get that in a minute. I am good at picking colors. So there's her head. Here's some hair. Prettiful, obviously. We'll use a black, I guess, for just a differentiate. Then she has a nice pink choker on, so we can just put that on there. Wonderful, beautiful. Then she has this here, and then we'll put some hands there. So I'm just gonna leave that clear, and then we're gonna put some wrist bits, and she'll be like, oh no, I cannot get home. I want to go home. I miss my family. You know, these are the protagonist mantra. So we put a bit of red just to cover that up, and a bit of shoulder in there. Color in her hair. Put a bit of flow over here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, you're cool, bitch. Stop it. Stop it. Luke, you missed something in bloody... in my last Sonic stream when Blaze called me out for not taking compliments very well. Stop it. Stoop. Need to color all of the hair. And then, I don't know, we'll do a little anime hairness there we go. I don't want to color in all the pink, but I should color in all the pink. And be like, oh no, I want to go home. Let's put that there as well. There we go. Because then that way there's a little differentiation. You can kind of get an idea of what the arms are doing without me having to draw them in properly. And let's give her a bit of Lalo here, like a little jewel kind of thing. And since all the other hand bit, no, that's yellow. I wanted black. There we go. There we go. And let's put a little bit of, I don't know, yellow in the background. Let's put some yellow lines here. Just some yellow outline, just cuz. And then, should I put a face? A face makes it a little. No, we're gonna leave it as is. Okay, that's Reflection of Another World. Reflection of Another World. Boom. Art. Right, what was the third book I read? Do we know? Does anyone have a guess? Oh, this one should be fun. I'm not sure what to draw for this one. Let me get the book for you. It was She Who Rises. The title that lied to me. That lied to me. No one rose in this book. This is an absolute masterful piece of art. Give me more. Yes! Thank you. Yay! So She Who Rises was about a sort of college-y student. Let's put like a dark background in this one. She was gonna do a thesis on rocks and how they can like affect the environment and things like that, all that good stuff. But then she goes to the museum to go study, and the guy lets her in, lets her look at the rock collection, and she picks up one rock. Then she blacks out. Next thing she knows, she's in the back of her car. It seems the museum somewhat exploded, and she may or may not have the power to summon a dragon, because there may and may not have been a dragon in the tiny rock. Chaos ensues. I don't know what I'm drawing here. I was thinking about trying to draw a cityscape, and it's just gone like this, and I don't understand what's going on here. I don't. I thought maybe I could do like some skyscrapers here, put some details in black kind of thing, and do this and this maybe. It looks something like a cityscape. Then I'm going to put a bit of color here, so this is like a shorter building. Does that come across? Somewhat comes across. Let's fill in the outlines. Why do I have the urge to sing City Escape again? I don't know. Anyway, that was the point of this book. So let's do this as a bigger building, because I don't want them to be symmetrical. That's just boring. We need some doors. We need doors to get into these buildings. And then this one can have like slightly different windows because I said so. Yeah, I think it looks okay. And then we'll put some stars here. And then we'll put a dragon in there, because really, a dragon is all you need. There is a dragon in the book, and that's all you need. So let's put a big dragon in the sky. Yes. There's his face. Give him a horn. Put like a nice long neck. Some little arms. Little claws. Big old fat body. Because we like round boys. Round dragons. Yeah. Round boy. Give him some spikes. Spike. I need some wings, otherwise he's not in the sky. How's he holding himself up? Wings! Wing. He needs a big, powerful leg. Big leg. There we go. And a big old tail. Yeah. Needs to be thicker. Thick tail. Thick tail for a thick dragony boy. A spiky dragony boy. That went off the rails. There we go. Have you ever seen a more beautiful creation? And he needs a little underbelly. But I'm not gonna go yellow underbelly. I feel like that's too much. So we're gonna go just like a brighter red underbelly. Like this. Yeah. Beautiful. Perfect. Absolutely stunning. Let's get a little bit of outline here too. Let's give him yellow eyes. Masterpiece if I ever saw one. And this one is based off She Who Rises, the biggest lie you've ever read. Because no one rises in this book, it is actually kind of sad and painful most of the way through. Okay. The fourth book I read wasn't a book. The fourth book I read was one of my own short stories. So I've got no pictures for you. I'll just tell you about it. The fourth one I read, after landing here in the library, was Small Town Draxville, which was based off some banter off a stream. Lacks energy. It's got a dragon on it. Shut up. It was based off a Let's Play by the RKG Boys, if anyone's ever watched them. They were bantering about Twilight. Somehow that come up. And they were talking about the baseball game that they do in Twilight. Oh, come on, 200. 61, will do. You can have the beautiful dragon. They were talking about the baseball game and how, like, even in Thunder and stuff like that, like, people would probably hear it. It's a bit silly that they do that. And the idea they had was, like, everyone in the town is actually 100% aware that there are vampires living here. But they're chill vampires, so they live with it. And I was like, you know what? That's a short story right there. Oh, I can use the spray can now. No, wait. Fuck. Bright green? No. That green. I forgot what green I was using. So the idea of Small Town Draxville was that it is a town that is 100% aware that vampires live there. The vampires are not aware that the town is aware, but they protect the vampires because the vampires protect the town. So Small Town Draxville was from the perspective of a vampire hunter who tracked a vampire down to Small Town Draxville, which is the most terrible name I ever came up with, but hey ho, it was fun. Everyone in the town's so lovely to him, and it's great, until he goes for a meal and blacks out, and finds himself chained to the bed. They tell him he's poisoned, and if he doesn't leave the town, they won't give him the antidote, because he'll only get the antidote at the train station. And if he ever comes back trying to get to their vampires, the whole town will turn against him. And that was the short story. I very much enjoyed that one. There was a dog, and no harm came to the dog, so don't worry. The small town wouldn't go against the dog. They just gave him some nice food to make him go to sleepy sleep for a little while. And I'm attempting to draw said small town. I might not be very good at it though. You'll have to forgive. And then we can get even smaller, please. Do a little house. Boop boop. Boop boop. 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 Yep, that's a town. That's what towns look like. And if anyone is curious about that short story, it is on my... One second. I need to mute that thing. I'm surprised no one's told me I've echoed. But it's available in full in the 1000 books playlist. It's a little embarrassing because I hadn't edited the thing very well. So there's some mistakes on the version that I did on there. But it was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I did like 3 short stories in the same stream. So the next couple of ones are gonna be from short stories that I wrote. Yes, houses are exactly on roads like this. What are you on about? Have I read the Dark Tower series? I assume you have. I love this. I actually haven't. You would be surprised what I haven't read. Because I'm actually not that well read. It's only in the most recent years that I've really gotten into reading properly. Let's put this town in fog. There we go. Makes it mysterious. Because vampires live there. There we go. Small town Draxville. But I think since I've gotten into reading, I've mainly been focused on light novels and indies. So a lot of like bigger ones, like the Dark Tower series and stuff like that, they've kind of passed me by. But I really should make some time for them, I think. Small town Draxville. I'll definitely put them on my list. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't mean to go yander on you just then. I forgot that was on the hotkey. Shush. You saw nothing. You saw nothing! Right, the third... That wasn't the third. That was the fourth one already, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the fourth. So the fifth one... Oh god, this one's going to be hard. It might not be, actually. So the fifth one I did... The world building is good. I like a little bit of world building. It's called... The fifth one is called Depths of the Dungeon. So you know how we call RPG dungeons dungeons, but there's nothing actually imprisoned at the bottom most of the time? I decided to change that. I know it's not the most original idea, because obviously things like Arifueto and stuff have done it. And most of the things that get locked up in the dungeon is treasure, but I kind of didn't want to do that. So in this short story... There is a girl called Sophia who was the best adventurer of all time. She got to levels in the dungeon that no one ever thought was real. Ooh, wait. I've got a better image for this actually. Let's change it up slightly. But she goes missing. After going down to the 100th floor, she goes missing. And her little brother, who she told all her adventuring stories to, doesn't quite believe it. Because he knows a secret. He knows that Sophia, the girl who went down and is the best adventurer in the world, is actually near immortal. And just doesn't get hurt. So he's really confused as to how she's gone missing. So he gets an adventuring party together, because he actually has most of the knowledge of what's down in the dungeon because of stories he's had from his sister. He gets the best adventuring party he can, and he goes down. All the way down to the 100th floor, where it's no longer caves, It's no longer snowfields. It's no longer ice. Like the other ones that seemed more natural. There's tiled floors. There's strip lighting. There's strange yellow signs and triangles with strange script on. And they get to the end. And they find these strange beings. Strange supernatural beings. And they said, well, we have to up our security. People got down here. That's terrible. And as a reward, we'll grant you a boon. I'll show you what these strange supernatural beings look like when I draw them. When we get to that point in drawing. So the adventurers he's with, there's a wizard, there's a knight and all that, and they ask for things that should be impossible, but they're not, because this thing just gives it to them. But all our main character wants is to see his sister again. But the being tells him he cannot, because she's been touched by the dark entities that live here. She's been so good at delving into the dungeon because that's been her whole purpose, her whole life. He grants him a boon to at least go in and see his sister, and he gets to see his sister on one of these monitors behind there. And he's told not to touch, but he does manage to touch. And when he leaves, he is no longer him. One of the beings got out. And as payment for being able to help him escape, he allows his family to die last. And that one freaked me out to actually write, because for some reason my brain got so into the brain of this otherworldly being that just hijacked this child's body. And I don't know what happened. I just got really freaked out by my own writing. This isn't what the beings look like. This is terrible. This is not what they look like. I'm trying to outline it to make it look good, but they were basically faceless black beings. Like this. Like kind of Slender Man-y, but like with a few more features, and didn't look quite as terrifying. And this is getting even worse the more I do on it, so fuck it, that's it. Depths of the Dungeon. Again, if you're interested in hearing the whole short story actually read, not summarized. Fuck my capital D's. We're not having capital D's anymore. Yeah, the whole short story is available as a clip in my 1000 books thingamajig. Playlist! That's what I'm thinking of, playlists. So what was the next book I read? So the 6th one was also another one from me that is also spooky. So if you hadn't picked up the spooky theme of these last few short stories I'm telling you about, it's because I read all of these ones on Halloween. Oh, 315! Nice! You can take that. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, someone's taking notice of my activities. So, the next book I read, / short story I wrote that I read on stream, was called Not a Hacker. I think I'm gonna have to go for something dark again for this, but I did blue before. No, it's got to be purple actually. No, blue. Blue. And in Not a Hacker, I'll tell you about the inspiration for Not a Hacker after I've summarized it. I think it'll be better that way. Not a Hacker is in kind of a steampunky-esque thing, which is why I wanted the purple here. It's in a world where there's holograms and stuff around, and there's a grizzled detective whose daughter's just died, and he must find out who the killer is. And the news says they've got a lead, or the guy was spotted, or something like that. I can't remember the specifics. And so he goes to the a guy who calls himself a psychic detective, but everyone thinks he's just a really good hacker because he can get information out of holograms. So he goes to that guy and he's like, help me find the dude. So he helps him find the dude. He questions some holograms in some very strange way. He like puts his hand inside the hologram and then just knows stuff. It's really weird. But he's just a very good hacker, right? Right? So they find, they do some buddy cop hijinks. Like the mentalist, like kind of like the mentalist. I mean, the thing is with this one is that he says he's like, it's kind of the opposite. He says he's psychic, but people don't believe he's psychic. In that they believe he's a hacker because he's getting specifically information from the projections, from these holograms. So they do some hijinks together. They manage to track down the guy. It's very quick. I skip a lot because it's not the point. And when they find him, he has a projection box. And the dude opens the projection box. And there's his little girl. Staring up at him. Asking him where the fuck she is. And what's happening, and why is her daddy so large? Because the projection box is really small. And her projection is really small. And that's when the not a hacker reveals that they have been using people's quote-unquote souls in the projections. And he is in fact psychic. He is in fact a spirit medium. And that's why he can get the information out of the projections. And you will never guess the inspiration for that. Ever. Because the inspiration for that short story was in fact Digimon Ghost Game. If you maybe watched that series, then maybe you know where that came from. But Digimon Ghost Game had some really cool ideas that with Digimon coming to this world, but they did it through like projections and stuff. And I was like, damn, that's cool, but what if I made it spooky? And that was Not a Hacker, which is also, you know, completely available on this channel, on my 1,000 book playlist, to be listened to at your viewing pleasure. There you go. And I want to get rid of a lot of the blue for Road because, like, it's steampunky. It's got to be purple and neon and stuff. So this is Not a Hacker. Boop-a-doo, and I need a drink before I get to the next one. Righto, what's my next one? So my next one. The next short story I read on the chat on my tubes was also during that spooky Halloween stream. But it wasn't my short story, it was a royalty-free short story that a lot of people might know. The Monkey's Paw. The original Monkey's Paw short story. 300's great, I'm happy with that. What a possible door, new face and art scene has spread across the city. I am famous! So, a lot of you probably remember the Monkey's Paw from The Simpsons, like I did. And generally have probably heard of the Monkey's Paw. But I thought it would be an interesting thing to do on stream to read the original Monkey's Paw, which I vaguely remember being actually somewhat disappointed by. Because it's not as spooky as it could be. Or at least it kind of... no, I don't like this. I need to start again. No. Because it kind of stopped as it was getting good kind of thing. Drawing hands, bro. So, drawing hands, what I tend to do is I draw a little square. And which one's gonna be the monkey's paw, the left or the right? Let's do thumb here. Yeah. Thumb. Finger. And we'll have it that it's done 2 wishes. There we go. Perfect. But it is kind of funny in a weird way. 1 second. I need to blow my nose, and you don't want those gross noises. Back. Because it was a video book. Like I said, the key to drawing a good hand is to draw this little triangle here first. And then you always put the thumb on the side. And then you spread out the 4 fingers here. That's the best way I've seen to do a hand. Let's just get a bit of an outline there where it's gonna overlap. I don't want to lose my fingers on my monkey's paw. Actually, no, I kind of want to keep this line here. And I want this line here too. The rest can be black. I haven't got too much to say about the monkey's paw. It was good. I always enjoy reading a classic every so often, because it's genuinely interesting to go back to. Just some of the language that's used and things like that. I do not suggest going back to my Tom Swift streams, but that was very entertaining because they used the word excited in such a strange way back in today. They tend to replace, like, or at least they tend to use excited in like a negative connotation, which is very strange. Like when someone's afraid, they're excited. That tends to be sometimes what they use in olden times, and it's very interesting. So that kind of stuff fascinates me in language. So like somewhere along the line, some kids started saying exciting, maybe ironically, and that's how we ended up with the exciting that we have. Power. I don't remember the Simpsons episode on it very well. I remember watching it. I remember it exists. But I don't actually remember what happens very well. There we go. I'll do Spoopy paw. Monkey's paw. Monkey's paw. Beautiful. Lovely. What was the next thing I read? My favorite light novel series. Spooky Paw. Spooky Paw. Because the next thing I read was volume 14 of Magical Girl Raising Project. I love Magical Girl Raising Project. It's silly. I'd like a bit more than that. A little bit more. Yeah, I'll go for that. That wasn't my best work, I won't lie. But yes, Magical Girl Raising Project. So this was volume 14, and if you watched any of the talking about I've done of this book and the other book, you'll know that Yen Press did a thing that annoyed the hell out of me. In that they sacked off the main story to do a web novel. Which is fine. I mean, it's not like the web novel was bad or anything, but it wasn't the main story, the one that you started, and we had another part 2 coming up, but no. You decided to go do Breakdown, which was great. And the girl on the cover of this book specifically, Dreamy Chelsea, was so cool. She was really annoying, but she was so goddamn cool. Nothing could stop her. She was an absolute monster, and I loved her by the end of it. And I was just like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. It's just so silly. She's so silly. Do that. And then we want to put some bunches on or something. Maybe curl them a little bit. Put another one here, because there's one on the other side. Made a curl here. And then she has quite a traditional magical girl outfit on, which makes sense for her. And she's got a bit of a cape. And then she has some Lilo. And some more Lilo with her dress. And generally Magical Racing Project I fucking love. I love the... Also, it doesn't take you long to catch up if you watched the anime. Because the anime only covered the first book. Plus some short stories from some future books, but... Short story books in Magical Girl Racing Project, just... They're interesting. But... yeah. What is that? I can't get the pen small enough to do nice details. She says. I've seen people play this game and do like the coolest things you've ever seen, and then there's me with like, oh, there we go. If I just do that and then do that, there we go. I'll do. Then there's me. Absolutely. Absolutely face for goodness. Don't you forget it. Let's do her big hair clips. It's just such a wonderful series. It's obviously a little dark because Magical Racing Project is in the same vein as, or it came out of this sort of love that a lot of people had for Madoka. And just get some to make the curls a bit more obvious in there. There we go. So it's obviously a little bit dark. But it has such wonderful uses of powers, and it's really creative. How does this work? How do hands work again? I need a little tinier, please, like this, and then this, and then this, and then this, so she doesn't look like she's fucking swearing at you. There we go. That'll do. I think I got it the wrong hand. It'll do. Dreamy Chelsea, forgive me for this monstrosity. I'm sure she will. She'll just be happy that she has a fan, you know? She's a good girl. She controls star-shaped things. So as long as it's star-shaped, she can manipulate it in some way. And it's as long as it's star-shaped to her as well. So I need this to get bigger for a second just so I can look at it. How many details it's got? No, it hasn't got many details. It's just a yellow ass dress. So that's what we're getting for Magical Racing Project Volume 14 specifically. Magical Girl Racing Project 14. Go. I'm sorry, Dreamy Chelsea. I tried. Oh, so the next one. The next one. It's not a manga technically. What's the name for the webcomics? Is this one? This one. Abandoned Empress. I read Abandoned Empress Volume 1. This one, as I said, Webtoon. I don't think it's Webtoon. I think this one was. It's something very similar to Webtoon, but it's a different website sort of thing. But it got... Why am I yawning? It is 3:20 for me. Why am I yawning? Anyway, it is some kind of webtoon. I'm gonna say webtoon for lack of a better word. Oh, you want it for 500 for that abomination? Yes, go for it, George. I see you a fellow appreciator of magical girls. Yes, webtoon. And this one is about a girl who got raised to be queen, to be the empress. But it was not to be, because as she got older, another girl was summoned from another world and replaced her. And so she became the abandoned empress, and her life was absolute suffering until she died. But as is the way with webtoons and isekais and things like that, she didn't stay dead, obviously. She came back. She got to try redo her life a little bit. And there we go. That's about it, really. There's a lot more to it. It's actually kind of dark what actually happened to her, and I don't really want to explain that on stream. It was pretty horrible, and she, at least of all, like, deserves that second chance. And it's very fun when she gets back, because she has to start planning for, like, if all that stuff happens again, so she starts taking up swordsmanship and stuff like that. And she's a very cute little white-haired baby, and I love her. And I want her to have all the happiness. And I have the second volume, I just haven't read it yet. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful outlines. Now I just gotta, you know, color it. If I could do like accents and things rather than properly coloring, that would be good. Wouldn't that look nice? If I understood art, maybe I would be able to do that more. I do not. I do not understand art. Let's put a bit of blue in her hair just 'cause I can. Just 'cause I can. Let's try to give her some skin tone. Because I guess it's important. People do need skin to keep their stuff in. And then I can clean up some of these outlines too while I'm at it. Nice, 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 nice. Why is this one actually kind of good? I hate it. And her dress is mostly just blue. I could attempt to give her a face, but you know that's gonna absolutely freaking ruin it. She's a pretty princess who deserved better, and the gods agreed, so they reincarnated her. Perfect. Absolute beauty. She kind of needs it. Yes! We actually have an okay face. Let's give her dress a bit more color. I just feel like this one's gonna flop because Passepartout is like, if you leave too much white space, it's like, no, we don't like that. Because that's just the way the game is. So let's just give her a bit more color. Bit more pizzazz, maybe. Pizzazz. This one's actually really good. What happened? What happened? It wasn't supposed to be like this. We need a bit of background. I mean, there isn't any other thing. I could do some, like, petals. Petals falling from the sky. Let's do some actually on her, falling past her. Because she is so cool. Look at her. I mean, she's just like absolute badass. That doesn't look like a petal. Oh, it could be a petal. It could be a bent petal. I think we're fine. That one's actually good as well. Heck yeah. There we go. This one is abandoned. That's probably not how you spell it. Oh, I'm glitching out. Impress. Beautiful. Absolutely. Breathtakingly beautiful. Right, what was the next thing I read? The next thing I read was another one of my short stories. Oh, how do I do this one? This is one of those short stories I wrote it only worked as a short story. It doesn't work visually at all. Not in the slightest. It's about a town that can hear the narrator. So the narrator's talking about them and they go, "Oh, it's the devil! You can hear it! How it teases us!" And it's a very mean narrator. It calls them fat, all sorts. Yes, that is what it's worth. Steve, you have such good taste. I love you. So I really don't know how to do this one. I mean, I guess it ends with a church burning, so I could just draw that. So it's a highly religious town that gets plagued by this disembodied voice. And draw a sky. Draw the ground again because I got a bit more too excited. And draw a house. Oh, I accidentally landed on my clicky on my thingy. On my pen. My pen. Draw a roof on the house. We better like that. There we go. Much easier. I don't always trust myself with a thick brush like that, though. I feel like I'm gonna go off. And then if we do this, maybe I'll get a bit of a log cabin feel. Yeah, that's kind of working. If I go in again with this, like that. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Get rid of that. No. There we go. Perfect. And now let's burn it to the ground. Fire! Pronounce which? Pronounce what? Fire! What have I pronounced weird to you? Fire! Sparks, fire! This is not the worst fire you've ever seen. Get a bit of orange in there. Gotta get a bit of orange. Need all the colors of the fiery rainbow. Yeah! That's how Cursed Town goes. And then we'll put some extra green on this grass for funsies. Oh no, your poor belly. Oh no, we should have smoke. Smoke coming up. Smoke. Fire. Perfect. Beautiful. I hope you at least enjoyed the spicy food. What was this called? Cursed Town. Which again, because it was one of my short stories, the full short story is available on that 1000 books playlist. Sorry I'm saying that a lot, but I did read a lot. I read a lot of short stories. I wrote a lot of short stories. They're fun. I like reading them. Oh! Apparently this is the one that will get me higher up in the art world. Yes, critic. I see. No. good, Mr. Critic? Is it good? Spark of life. I spelled cursed wrong, but we're gonna have to pretend that that says cursed. You wanna buy it? What are you buying? Go. It was only recently that I heard of Passepartout, a quirky young artist with a passion for life. As I it disappeared because I sold it. As I walked down the crime-stricken alley, I emerged with the air of struggle before entering by the piece on the table. From a distance, I was struck with the craftsmanship. As I approached the piece, my jaw dropped, and I came closer. It ushered in a sense of dread. Upon closer inspection, the intriguing detail of the dark green contrasted by the profuse emerald reminded me of the everlasting struggle of life. The use of green clearly represents earlier poisonous relationships. I know, I think the fire did that. It was literally on fire. All in all, a cursed town is a good effort. Passepartout has a lot of potential, and I certainly recommend my readers visit Passepartout in the future. Thank you, Passepartout. I think that's how it's pronounced. On the next act, Passepartout. At least that's how I've always thought it's pronounced. Okie dokie. What was my next book that I read? I keep putting my pen down to use my mouse, realizing that my pen is my mouse, so why am I putting it down? Smart. I have the biggest of brains, have you not noticed? Ah, so my next book, the 11th book, since I landed here in the Forbidden Library, is... That's okay, Taco. We got you. The 11th book is Exordium. The first book I read in full on the channel. I streamed the whole ass book. It took me ages, which was fun. It was I was gonna say it was great and it was fun, but I won't lie to you, it was suffering. Absolute suffering. How many streams did that take me in the end? 5. It took me 8 streams to get through, according to my history. So no wonder it was my 11th book. Yes, that was when you started watching me. So obviously we have to draw the talking fox, because that book had a talking fox, and the talking fox was the only happy thing to ever happen to the main character. And I think what would be really cool is if I do it all black. It was a black fox, so we're gonna do something really cool. And we do the outline in this grey. Now, can I draw a fox very well? It's just gonna look like a dog, let's face it, but we'll do the best we can. I need small. Want small. Here's the head. Here's the snout. Here's some ears. Wait, we'll put in details in a minute. He's a good boy, is our Zook. I remember his name. Foxes are a bit taller, so let's... I think they're a bit taller, so let's put them a bit taller than I normally would, like a doggo. And then we have his body going back there, and then we got his legs. Fuzzy wuzzy belly going between the legs. We'll have that there, and we'll, I don't know, I guess have something here. That'll do. And then we'll have his tail over here in the background there. Yeah! Okay, let's clean that up. Cleaning it up. Give a little bit between the leg there. There he is. What a good boy! A fox is just a dog with cat software. You know, you're not wrong. Have you heard what foxes say, though? I mean, I know there's that whole song, "What the fox say?" But apparently what they say is something along the lines of, and I apologize if this is too loud for anyone wearing headphones, but that is my fox impression. That is what the fox say, because they say loud and they sound like they're screaming. Let's try do this, like, give it a little like this, and then like this, and then maybe that will look good. And then maybe if I put a bit of white in the eye, maybe that'll look something. I don't know. I can't remember what color eyes Zook had. I'm actually going to put yellow in there. I think that would be better. Yellow. Just do it all, yeah. Just do it all, yeah. And then put like a little eyeball in there, and then maybe put like a little sparkle in there because she's a cutie pie. There you go. What a good dog. What the fuck is that? Oh, I don't even know. It's a doggo. That's what it is. It's the cat with doggo software. I love that description. It's so good. And then we'll put that there, and then we'll put some floof in his ears because we can. And then we'll put a bit of color on his tail. And then we'll put some sparkles around because it's too dark and it's spooky. Even though Exordium is spooky, so I mean that's on point, but not the point. Just because the book's spooky doesn't mean I have to present it as spooky. I haven't gotten around to reading the second one of that series yet. It's on my list. But my list is big. Let's make it small and let's, I don't know, do some here, do some here. Put like a little sparkle on his coat because he's a shiny good boy. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. First one in this place. This one is called Exordium. I could have shown you the cover of that one, but I forgot to. Oh no, you have to go, Luke. Well, thank you for turning up. Thank you. Thank you. It's been wonderful getting to 200 with people. Getting 200 with you. What else? Yeah, thank you. Have a wonderful day. That's the words I was reaching for. I don't really like the next book. Honestly, I don't know why I even managed to get to the end of this book. It was never really my cup of tea. Oh, I need my mouse. Come on, mouse. This is one job for you. This was the 12th book I read when I got to the Forbidden Library. No, you're amazing, you stupid dinosaur. Go. Do your life. And it was called Logical Magic. And the reason I didn't like this was because it was not my age group, but let's put it that way. It was definitely a teen YA. And I kind of continued reading it because I wanted to know if young me would have liked this. And I don't think young me would have liked this either because I was a really late bloomer when it came to like boys and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think I even would have liked this as a kid, but I was genuinely curious because I didn't read much during my teenage time that wasn't fan fiction. Ooh, you have good taste. He is a very good doggo, and that's a very good price. So yeah, it was an experiment to go sort of out of my comfort zone and see what's going on and support an indie author while I was at it. Kinda, like I said, just didn't really like it though. And I can't think of anything in the book that I would like to draw either. So I will draw a cat instead. Why? Because I can. That is all. We're gonna draw a round cat. I'm gonna draw a round boy. Big round kitty cat. Who is round. Yes. Round. And it's gonna be an ear here. And then it's a big fat fish. Ear. And then the nose. And a little smiley face. And some eyes. And he's so happy to be here. And then we're gonna have his legs all tucked up next to him. And we're gonna leave that so that we can have the tail, even though I've kind of put that too far around. The tail does not do that. That's too far. But we do want this one to come all the way around. And I might have to extend this circle because I'd like to put his little pawsies here. And the tail should probably actually come a little bit more forward, actually. So I'll put it around here. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Paw. And paw. Yeah. And then we should have some good vibes yellow going around here. Yeah. Absolutely good vibes. Nothing to do with the book, but good vibes kitty cat. We're gonna call it logical magic, even though it has nothing to do with the book. There we go. I drew a cat. Logical magic. Apologies to the author, but that one just was not my cup of tea. Okay, next book. Oh no, this one made me sad. So the next book was again one of my own short stories. Garlden. I like it. Garlden Ramsey. So the next one I wrote was called Safe Room Sentinel. And it was actually a carry-on from one of my tabletop RPG characters. So I played a campaign in a tabletop system called Unhallowed, which is basically a horrible, fucked up London, really. Why do I keep going to blue? This one should be brown, actually. This one should be brown. And my character was the only one to survive. At one point, she got turned from a human into an android against my will. It just kind of happened. It was terrible. My character was highly religious and had her faith in God completely shattered from that. So it was fun times. But this story was me sort of reusing that character. And you'll probably find that if you see the cover of my book there, they might look very similar because I may reuse names when I go onto tabletop RPGs. But so I reused the character for my tabletop RPG, and they ended up getting sucked into another story of mine called World Dungeon. Which the idea was there's RPG dungeons, but they are sort of other worlds being overlapped. Oh, hi Rippy Dippy! Thank you! I appreciate it. I see your thanks for streams every so often. I appreciate you being there and being part of that too. Hundo subs. Yeah, so the dungeon ideas was that there are lots of different dungeons there are lots of different worlds overlapping. So the world that she came from, the Unhallowed world, got like overlapped in the church that she worked in. So basically it was really sad because she woke up in the dungeon and kind of mourned all her friends that died during the last campaign. But found new meaning in being like the safe room guarder of the dungeon. So she makes sure all the baby adventurers that are in her dungeon don't get overwhelmed while they have a rest. She protects them. So that was Safe Room Sentinel. Safe Room Sentinel is also available on that playlist that I keep talking about. I really didn't intend to for this to be like an advert stream for that, but I didn't really think about what what the stream would entail, I suppose. She was also a photographer, but in the Unhallowed system you have an obsession gauge, kind of, or at least like one of the things you can take is a sort of obsession debuff. So your character gets so obsessed that the DM can push you to do things that that you might not want to do, really, but he can override your character because they're obsessed with it. So my character got so obsessed with taking pictures of ghosts that she endangered the party on multiple occasions. One time she refused to leave a burning building. I'm begging to notice a bias. No. No. Bias. Yeah. At one point she didn't want to leave a burning building and just endangered everyone at one point. And but in Safe Room Sentinel she kind of got a bit of a reality check because she went to like her corkboard of photos and realized there wasn't any of her friends there after everything she did and after all they went through. And so at the end of the story she decided that she was going to start taking pictures of all the people that she protects in the safe room so that she can remember people. And it's very sad. I get very sad when I think about this particular character. She is sad. I am sad. This is sad. I just suck at all the happiness out of myself thinking about this. I hope my next book isn't as sad. Let's draw a little old camera that she would have used back in today. Little camera, like the one featured on Dr. Stone recently. Which is back, which makes me happy. That's something that makes me happy. Dr. Stone makes me happy. It's a good series. We can have a little anime here. Perfect. Sad character. Safe Room Sentinel. Sentinel. I don't know if I spelled that right, but that's fine. What was the next book I read? It was... It's one of my favorites. Ah, yeah. Let me get the cover for you. Where is it? No, it's volume 2, not that one. Where's volume 2? Where's the picture? I have all the pictures together, but for some reason this one isn't there. I don't know why. Oh well. I'll have to use this one. Pretend it's volume 2. Just pretend. But the next book I read on my own, or at least since landing in the library, was Timu Empire Volume 2. This one has an anime coming out next season, and it makes me so happy that we're gonna see Mia Luna Tirmoon in all her glory, animated beautifully. It'll be so fun. I can't wait. The plot of Tirmoon Empire is basically Mia is basically Marie Antoinette, pretty much. She got killed in a revolution of her people who were sad, being oppressed, all that good stuff. Beep. There we go, that'll do. And then she woke up as her younger self. And then she has to spend the next few years attempting to avoid getting killed again, which means actually helping out her people quite a lot without really realizing it. It's entirely selfish on her part, and the best thing about the book that I'm really not sure is going to come through in the anime is the narrator. The narrator is actually the best character in the book, because constantly he's just like, and just so you don't forget that she's doing this for selfish reasons, she's doing this for selfish reasons. And I'm like, thanks, narrator. He's constantly insulting Mia, and it's generally wonderful. He's put a little bow here, and a little bow here, and good lord, this is awful, and I don't know what to do with it. But hey-ho! I cannot do Mia Luna Tear Moon justice, and you know what? That doesn't surprise me at all. Let's get a bit of color around here. Yeah, I know. No one wants the sad painting. It makes me sad too. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, let's just do some accents because I'm lazy. Except for the bows. I kind of want to color in the bows, but I can color over them, and then that way I don't have to worry about staying in the lines too much. Bow, 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 bow. And I just Timoon was so much fun. It's a novel you can read that goes down easy. It just thank you, George. I appreciate it. You have good taste again. Oh, no, you don't. You have sad taste. Are you a little depressed? Because that art's going to make you a little depressed. Because I put all my sadness into it. Pretty much that is what the narrator does most of the way through Timoon. It is absolutely wonderful. Just in case. And I really hope that they have a narrator in the anime to do that as well. Otherwise, it's just not going to come across. It's not going to be as perfect as it should be. Because it's such a fun... Perfect. It's such a fun story. And the second... And I think... If my thought on how anime... How the seasons are gonna go is anything to go by, you probably don't have to read too much to get caught up. Because I reckon... it's gonna go up to the end of the second book. Because I think that's like a good season stop. I don't know if that's going to be enough to fill 12 episodes, or if I'm going to be spoiled because I've only read the first couple volumes of this book. But I don't know, we shall see. I don't even know what this looks like anymore. Oh, there's the art. You obviously came for the most perfected art in the planet. And I have not disappointed on me. I can't even complete that sentence. This is so terrible. Oh my lordy lord. I think this needs to be this, actually. And then maybe have the dark blue in the middle. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Does anyone know? No, probably not. That'll frickin' do. Timoon Empire, my friends. Timoon Empire. Heck yeah. Specifically Volume 2. Even though I know that's Volume 1, but you know the reasons. You know the reasons. I need a drink before we go to the next one. Righto. So, for my next trick, for my next abomination, and for my 15th book, I read... Where's the second one? Oh, I've done it again! I've done it again! Is that... What? No, wait. Are we on the 15th book already? What? I'm confused. We've flown through this. What in the hell? I haven't done it again. It's just that I'm on the next year. I forgot. We're into books I read this year. The Wolf Pit. This is the second in the Purple Door District books. I read the start of the first of these books. Oh, Elizabeth, do you like it? Would you pay me more for it? No, more, please, lady. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. So the Purple Door District is an urban fantasy of the Dresden variety, in which there is like a secret society of spooky creatures living about. Obviously, we need some pinks and purples for the Purple Door District. And the second book follows similar characters, and different character takes the main character role from the first book, which I think was fun. Because I did wonder how things were going to go, and I think it's cool. The three books seem to follow different protagonists, but the same sort of group of characters. Which is very cool. I like that as a plot idea. We're going to draw a door for this door district. And this book in particular is about the werewolves. It's about werewolves being kidnapped and put in fighting rings by werewolf hunters so they can bet on it like evil people they are. And it gets quite grim at times, I won't lie. There were times I kind of wanted to put the book down because it got a little too grim. But that is mainly because I'm a soft baby. And I just do not do well with grim tales. She says, but the ending of Exordium, bro. Now that was fucking grim. And sometimes these Purple Door districts have plant pots. So I'm gonna just black that out a minute, so that I can do the outline of a plant pot. And that way we can put some green in. Plants. And then we'll do a little pink at the end. A little tulip! And then we'll just put some bricks in, shall we? Put some bricks for the building. Nice and easy, this one. But I do highly suggest Purple Door District if you're into the urban fantasy and you also like something very inclusive. And not just in the LGBT sense, in the, like, people of color sense as well. I feel like there's been a lot of effort made in this book to include lots of people with lots of different skin tones, all different backgrounds and things like that. It's really nice. Very inclusive. Well, this one's technically called Wolf Pits, but I've kind of done it on Purple Door District anyway. Wolf Pit. Nice. So purple. I like purple. One of the reasons I wanted to read it. Okay, for my next trick. The next book I read while in the library was one we read on stream together. Let me get it for you. It was Dogstar Night. A cute little story about a boy and some dogs who go to space together. And it's very cute. Very cute. And there's one of the dogs is rainbow colored. It's very fun. We're gonna do our best to do a flying sausage dog. Big ear. And on a face that has a snout. Ear. And it has a body. Yes, body. Body. Gotta have the tail up as a propeller kind of thing. And then we put a hand out and a hand out. And then we attempt to make the legs come out like this. Yeah. Perfect. Actually, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. lost my mouse for a second there. Also, the author of this one was such a sweetie to me, personally. Like, he kept emailing me every so often, like, after a stream, and be like, oh, you did such a good job reading my book. Let me send you a hard copy. And I do actually have a hard copy of this book that the author sent me for free. And I really appreciate that. It was really, really sweet of him. He didn't have to do that. I read the books on this stream, but I don't charge any of them for it. Nor do I make them send me a free copy or anything like that. Like, if I'm gonna support indie authors by streaming them, I want to support them by buying from them as well, because ebooks are cheap. I have money. It's fine. Now, let's put some multicolored spots on this dog. Until it is absolutely boggling rainbow. But he kept telling me about the inspirations of the book, and apparently he sat to watch one of the streams with his granddaughter, and I was like, oh no, I have to be on my best behavior. And I did. I banned swearing from those those particular streams because it was a kid's book. And I do have another kid's book I might end up reading on stream at some point, and that's been in my requests for a little while, so I will probably do the same rules applying there, where we're not allowed to stream on the books with the kids' books, because if a kid does come in, then they're kind of the target audience for that book, and I can't really deny them access. Like that poor kid who came into my Sonic Frontiers stream, and I was like, kid, I swear a lot, I'm so sorry. I don't think your parents will be happy with this. But that was fun. I also am curious with the next kid's book if it has any chapters like Dog Star Night, where it kind of felt weirdly horror-y for a moment. I find that there's a fine line between for kids and horror. Because you got that sort of innocence thing, and it's very easy to confuse the two. Right. Let's get a bit of dark stuff in the air. Not that dark. Whee! Look at the dog, multicolored dog fly. Yeah. Kids and horror, basically the same thing. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. So that is Dog Star Night. Perfect. Beautiful. Now what's the... Oh wait, no, am I leveling up again? I am. I haven't been paying attention. Am I? No, wait. I lied. No, I can still do it. I thought the camera had come out for a second, then I got so confused. Anyway, what was the next book I read? It was... Oh, it was this one, was it? Okie dokie, okie dokie. Let me get it for you, so you can also see. Why don't I know? I haven't done it again. It's next to you, dumbass. There we go. The extraordinary. The ordinary. And soap! A book I wasn't sure I should be reading. I had mixed feelings about going into this book. The first one I ate. I finished the first volume of this in like 3 days. It's just, which I know is a lot for some people. Some people can read so mind-bogglingly fast. Did my 3-year-old make this? Fuck you, George. It's beautiful. But anyway, yeah, so I ate the first book up, but it had a really weird ending where the tone sort of shifted really badly. And it didn't give me good vibes going into the second one, but I tried the second one anyway, and the second one suffered from what I like to call fantasy sexism, in which a lot of sexism things are kind of overlooked due to the genre, because that's just what happens in the genre. The second one was hard to get through, I'll be totally honest. The fluff romance sort of didn't come through as well. It was kind of not as good. However, this was a light novel series with only 3 volumes. I know, a light novel series with only 3 volumes in. Therefore, because I'd read the first 2 books, I felt I had to get to the 3rd. Because sunk cost fallacy, I guess. However, in this book, specifically, there is a new character introduced called Shido. And Shido is a cute little white dragon bubba. So I'm gonna try draw Shiro, the cute little white dragon bubba. Which I know that kind of just looks like an egg right now, but you need to bear with me while I outline some. Big belly. Look at the belly. Chunky boy. Chunky. Give him stripes on his soft little underbelly. Give him horns. Wow. Probably gonna have to redo those horns, but you know, who cares? There we go. No worries. There we go. Clean, safe, baby. Aw, thank you. It is. I kind of get it because I have friends that will chew through massive 500-page books in one day, and I just look at them and we're like how no, I cannot. Like it's crazy how much some people can read. No one black, because I feel like that's gonna make it a little too evil. You gotta be cute. I want him to be cute. We'll give him a little schnoz. I'll do. Look at him. He's so soft. He doesn't understand how beautiful that doggo is. And we need to give him wings. Little wings for the little dragon. And then need to add little feet. Little feet for his little dragon body. And little arms. I don't know how to do. The arms are the worst part. We'll just do it like that. That'll do. I'm not even sure how to do that at all. A little spike on his wing. Little wing. Little arm. Fucking arms. I cannot. Give him his little body. He was so cute until a second ago. Put little spikes on his. I'm erasing that arm. It looks so bad. No. Go away. We don't want you here. There we go. He just got one arm. He's just a little guy. He's just a little baby. It is a bean-shaped dragon. He's beautiful. Give him a little spikes. Spiky. He's missing a tail. So I'll give the tail coming out here, and then it'll go up here. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. And then a little around here. And then if I can get that really small, then I'll put some stripes on his tail as well. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Beautiful! The best, most beautiful dragon you've ever seen. The ordinary, the extraordinary, and soap. Oh, well, let me fit it. Because I haven't even put the volume. That was volume 3. And I didn't even actually talk about volume 3 while I was doing that. I got so distracted by actually doing the dragon. Volume 3 was better than volume 2. because it had a like bit at the end where things actually got quite dire and you actually kind of got scared for the main character, and that was good. I'll give it that. It had a good finale as a book, but it still had some weird, dodgy fantasy tropes that make me uncomfortable. I'll say that much. Okay, next book is the continuation of the book that lied to me, She Who Rises. Oh, dumbass, what have you done? I've done this stupid thing again. Fine, I'll just put on She Who Rises. It's the sequel to this, it's just I can't find the cover for it right now. Apparently I've just been really bad at mixing up covers at the moment. But the next one was called Those Who Fall, which would have been a better title for the first book in the series, because She Who Rises, like I said, was a lie. Absolute lies. Where is she? No, She Who Rises, God. Those Who Fall was a bit better because they had all fallen by the end of She Who Rises and they were trying to get back up on their feet, which they didn't do. Really. What am I doing with this? I have no idea, because I have no idea what to draw. Last time for the other book, I drew like a city with a dragon on it. Because there's a dragon, because dragons are cool. There's more dragons in the sequel, which is even better. What else is there? There is a snake lady. I should draw a snake lady. I keep going for the blue. I should go... what color? Let's go for pink. I just had it pink. Fuck it. Oh well, pink it is. I don't even know. This is the problem. When I play Passepartout for too long, all these colors just start feeling more limited. But we're gonna get a tail in there, and then she's gonna rise up here. This one might be low-key lewd. I won't lie, Marcus. I mean, it is a snake lady. I don't know if anyone else has ever seen Mage. Not seen, but gotta get the titties in there for a snake lady. Those are the titties. And then there's the hips. And there's the hips, and then the snake. And she's not gonna have a head at this rate. I mean, that's great priorities, right? There we go, there's the head. And then she goes, "Rawr, I am Snake Lady. Fear me." I was gonna ask if anyone else had read Mage and Demon Queen. Because there's a guy in there who likes snake ladies and lamias, and it makes me laugh so much because he likes to give them stockings on their snake tails. You need a dragon with a city on. Did I say that? Did I get mixed up? I might have, because I'm very good at that. However, that is also wonderful, so it might be something I need to draw. Do we want like an underbelly at the front? Like this? And like this. And then give it the stripes of the soft, squishy underbelly of the snake. She's sneaky, she is. That was terrible. That was so terrible. I'm not even gonna do my ba-dum-dum-ch. Let's give her a nice outfit. So let's give her a purple outfit. Let's give her like a cool trench coat, cause like I don't know, cause I can. Cause I can. No plans. Just outfit. Just like a flowy, cool coat, because I think it will look cool, and I need no other reason to do things in my life. Snitties. She should do. Oh, she should have a nice puffy skirt as well. I don't think that will look very good, but we're gonna do it anyway. Cause it's my art and I can do whatever the fudge I like. There we go. Beautiful. Yay. Look at her. She's such a stylish Lamia lady. I need to give her some wonderful hair as well. My first instinct was red hair, but maybe I could do like the dark red and it won't look... Yeah, that's nice. I like that. She should have nice long flowy hair as well. Everything should be kind of flowy because that's cool. I don't know. That's what I like, I guess. And that's her hair will stop just here. Not too flowy, not too long. We don't want to be able to manage it properly. Having hair longer than this is a pain in the ass. I know from experience. She looks beautiful. I'm so happy with this. Right, let's give the undercoat a little bit of shadow, because otherwise it just looks like a blob, and we don't want it to look entirely like a blob, only a little bit like a blob. She's got no sleeves. I should give her sleeves. The end at the elbow, because that's fashion. Yeah. And she should have a necklace. Beautiful. And I'll do my best to give her some facial features. And she's gonna be happy. Yay! Then I'll use this to, I don't know, do something down here. Perfect. I've never seen anything more beautiful in my life. What was this for? This is for those who fall. Those who fall. I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life, and I've never seen anything so far from the theme of what I was trying to go for. Forgive me, Rachel Arsenault, who wrote Those Who Fall and She Who Rises, for drawing like the worst possible representation of your book. We're starting to get a little bit close to the end now of my books that I have read since I got into the library. We're on book 19! And book 19 I did read on stream all the way through. So if you're even a little bit interested in this, it's all available. And it's Jeremy Morse, also another sweet author, who not only let me read his whole book, and emailed me every so often going like, thank you, you did really well on this stream, thank you for doing this, etc. Oh, see, told you, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and it's over a grand's worth. But he also sent me pictures of his cats, who inspired Catatonic. And what more do you need? He sent me pictures of his cats. It was great. It made me so happy. So we get to draw cats! Cats with potions, even better. So I want to draw like so I want brown. We want some brown. Brown. And after the brown, I want a grey top. Like this is a kitchen top or something. And then we want some black so that I can draw some... And then draw a little stand like that. See? And then we draw some little test tubes. That's the word, test tubes. Little test tubes like this. Wonderful. And then we draw the culprit. Have you ever played that game A Little to the Left? Absolute cultured by on that one. Yes, most definitely a man of culture. Because that's the little to the left is the energy I'm going for here. And then we do this. And then this. Yes, perfect. Now let's put some magical concoctions in these test tubes. Bubble, 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 bubble. And then in here. Bubble, 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 bubble. Danger. Danger, danger. Cat voltage. What else can I do here? This is kind of boring. Well, let's put some like details in the background for no reason whatsoever. Because I can. Do 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 do. Oh, there we go. There we go. That looks great. Let's redo some of these black lines. To make it look the background in the background. And there, beautiful. That was so quick. Catatonic. Wonderful story. Catatonic. As I said, all available on stream that I streamed. I read it out loud on the streams. And again, I didn't really intend for this to be like a go buy my shit or go watch my shit stream, but I guess it's my 200th celebration. I can say what I want. Like, go buy my actual book that's on discount in the corner. Look, discount codes. Okay, so what was the next book? So this is when I started catching up on my manga, and no, this was when I went on holiday. This is when I went on me jollies. So my 21 book was Nero Tomatoes. Near Automata, Volume 2. My mouse, come on mouse. My mouse is wireless, so it keeps kind of going to sleep when I'm using my graphics tablet for a long time. It's very annoying. But this was the second light novel from Near Automata. And I would like to just do the white background. The white that's not white. And then we're gonna try to draw A2 in some frame. I'd be better off trying to draw 2B, because it's a little bit easier. But why would I do anything sensible like that? That just... If I was sensible, I wouldn't be VTubing. And A2's expression, at least, is very easy to do because she's sad and angry. Done. Captured the essence of A2. But if you're curious about what's in the Near Automata book, the first volume was mainly the actual. And if you do like it, I would definitely suggest picking up the books. The first light novel just follows the game more than anything, all the way up to sort of ending CD. I can't remember which one it picks out of C and D, but it gets up to there. And this book is some side stories. It also details A2's descent onto the planet. And it's very fun. If you just want some more Nier Automata, just has some great stories in there. It's really good. Give her some pants. We gotta get her some of her covered up. And then she goes down to the thighs, and we have some like black here as if she's wearing socks because I don't know, absolute territory is important. And there we go. What about her arms? So it's like she's got gloves on for her arms, so it gets to about there, and then it's like angry lady. Beautiful. I am going to be playing Replicant soon. Not on stream. I did consider playing it on stream, but I have another game that I want to play on stream that I don't know much about, because as much as I've never played Replicant, I have read about it, because when I first finished Nier Automata, I was like, I need to know more. So I went and read up about Replicant at the time, which means I kind of know what's gonna happen. So it's not gonna be as fun. Whereas the game I want to play next, I actually don't know much about. The game I want to play next is Library of Ruina. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. It's very on brand, the title with the library and whatnot, so I thought it would be a good suggestion for streaming. These are supposed to be clouds. There we go. Beautiful, look at her. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Knit Automata. Nier Automata. Volume 2. Yay! Next book, I believe, is another Magical Girl Raising Project. Magical Girl Raising Project. I really like Magical Girl Raising Project. This one's volume 15, which is the continuation of Breakdown. Ooh, no, I need more. More. More! A2 is worth more! Fine, fine, fuck you. Yes. Magical Girl Raising Project. Let's see if we can draw the main girl like on the cover again. This character is called Miss Marguerite. She was a teacher of other magical girls until she retired because one of her students died and it upset her greatly. And I love her hat. Look at it. It goes boom like that. And then oh. I love fences. I don't know what it is about the sort of just fabulousness of a fencing character, of this character with a rapier with the I got this tiny toothpick and I am Grace. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love it. And then she got a little hair here. And then she got some stuff here. And then her face is here. And then I can't see the top of her dress because of the angle, so we're gonna have to make it up. Why have I got that? That's the energy I'm getting. And then fabulous dress from there on in. Cool. And then we got some poofy shoulder. And then I'm gonna have our arm go off, and you're gonna pretend the rapier is somewhere over here because I can't fit it on the canvas. There we go. Isn't she beautiful, Miss Marguerite? We need some details though. Details. She's got a lot of pink on her, so let's do some like nice little outlines of pink. There we go. Let's see if we can do a nice eye. And she was very serious, so she gets the serious face. Yeah! I need to get the peacock feathers in, which look like they're a little bit blue, so... And then peacock feathers have that big eye thing at the end. This is pretty. I like it. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. And then like a little darker blue on the inside, and then a little red by the looks of it. A little red. There we go. Whoa. I was thinking about putting a little bit of red here as well, just to accent it even more, but not quite as much. No, 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 no. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. There's got to be something more I can do here. This isn't going to go over well. Should we... It looks like it's got some petals again. We could do some petals. But we'll do them in, like, the dark red. We'll have to do petals again. When in doubt, dramatically shower petals on them. Yes. I was nearly gonna say whether this character lived or died and whether I was happy or relieved at it, etc, etc. But then I realised people might actually might want to read these things. And half the fun of a magical girl racing project is not knowing who's gonna live or die, so. Which volume? This is volume 15! Yeah, when in doubt, glitter. Beautiful. I love it. And my next book that I read... Oh, you want it? More. 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 Elizabeth! She doesn't want to work with me. She does not appreciate my art. My next book was... Oh, the gamers might enjoy this one. It was BioShock. The BioShock prequel book. Which I think we're gonna have to... I actually have a BioShock painting in my room. That is true for some Magical Girl project, for Magical Girl things, that's for sure. Honestly, the Magical Racing Project girls probably have it fairly good because their magical girlness doesn't really come with any bad side. It's not cheating to read to an audio, listen to an audiobook. I used to listen to audiobooks a lot when I was traveling. When I used to have to go to the office a lot, I would listen to the audiobooks a lot. I think they're a wonderful, accessible thing for a lot of people. It makes it a lot easier to get into books if you're someone who struggles with reading. And anyone who says otherwise can shut the fuck up. Right, we need a nice little gradient going on here. Yes, that's wonderful. And I'm gonna try copy the BioShock art I have in my room because I very much like BioShock. I very much like to watch it on watch it. Get me words all mixed up. I would love to play it on stream. But the only thing is I kind of want to be able to read bits of this book while on stream. And I am attempting to get the rights for that at the moment. But I'm a tiny channel and they're big publishers, so they're not. Might take a little while to convince them. But yeah, I am an audiobook streamer. A lot of the people who have watched me read are people who kind of want to read but don't. I just grabbed the audiobook for Neuromancer. Better go. Oh, that sounds cool. Okay, let's try. So we got that and that and that, and then you have the head in the middle. There we go. And then just have some bits coming off that because it's weird. Because Big Daddy's bro. And then he has his big gas tank on his back. And a little zippy on there for some reason. And then a bit that comes off here. And then have his hand coming here. And I'm just going to stick the drill on it. On the painting I've got in my room, it actually has his hand out. Because there's two, it's kind of this silhouette, the painting I've got. But there's like a Big Daddy on one side with his hand out. And then a little sister on the other side with her hand out. And the two of them will go off and do horrible things together, you know, as they do. And then he's kneeling. So he has one foot out here. And you're not going to be able to tell because I'm just going to silhouette the shit out of it. And then here's his back. And then he's going to do that because that's where the kneeling starts. Yeah. It looks kind of like a Big Daddy. If I put some, like, yellow on him, I'm sure it'll look good. And we put that about there. And yeah, I'm feeling it. So let's put a tiny bit of detailing on. So we can put, like, a little thing here. We can put, like, a knee there. We can put, like, a butt there. Then we can do something like that as well. And she wanted to pay for that, and I think I might have missed it because I was too into the art. It's fine. It's an artist's way. And then on his head, just to make it a little more Big Daddy, we'll put like some lights on there. And then just for the funsies, we're gonna put some fishies out here. Fishy, 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 fish, fishy, 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 fish. Fishy, 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 fish. Fishy fish. Fishy fish. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. And this is called Rapture, which was the name of this book. Rapture. Beauty. It is beauty. It is grace. And the next book I read, I think this is when I started looking at my manga pile and realizing I needed to get through it. Yes, it was. So the next few are technically mangas, but mangas count because it's just less words and more pictures, but it's still a book. Especially mine that are volumes. Mouse! My mouse out of battery. Fuck. I could use my tablet but for resizing things on stream, the tablet doesn't work too well. I can like select things, but like clicking and dragging is a pain in the arse. Righto. So the next thing I read was the second volume of I don't know. It's the second volume of Grand Order. I like Grand Order. You want to buy that? Sure, my matey. That's $2,000 in my bank. Thank you. I very much enjoy Grand Order. Grand Order's a lot of fun. If you like your history, the Fate series is just a lot of good stuff. And we're gonna try draw Jean, and we're gonna absolutely fail. Let's go. So she has the spiky hair. And if it gets really bad, we'll just draw her flag over. Not read any Fate manga, and I have no idea where to start. Brief lore description. Fate is really hard to explain. But at the basis, most Fates are about... Oh, that's not the color I wanted. Mages summoning people from the past to fight, basically. So they're normally summoning famous historical figures to fight each other, pretty much. That's the most basic thing I could probably describe Fate as. Fate Grand Order is kind of difficult to explain itself. It's based off an app game, which is kind of the culmination of a lot of Fate lore. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a little bit like Drifters, I guess. Drifters had the same sort of concept going on. The Fate... So if we're going on sort of the first Fate bit that came out was Fate Stay Night. It was a little visual novel. And that was about the Holy Grail War. So they summoned people from the past. They were to fight each other, and then whoever wins gets the Holy Grail and gets a wish. Easy, easy, easy. It's only difficult when you start going into, like, the mage houses, and... yeah, it gets complicated very fast. Like, this character in particular was originally introduced in Fate Apocrypha, which basically took the original idea of Fate that was, like, 7 servants summoned to fight for the Holy Grail, and decides, let's have 2 sets of servants fighting each other for funsies. And that was how Fate Apocrypha was. But if you're into your history, then I'd highly suggest giving Fate a go. However, I have no idea where you should start. I personally started a very long time ago with the oldest anime there is, which has been renamed Dean Fate's Stay Night because that's the studio that did it. But it's very hard to recommend. How badass are the characters, and is the power of friendship prevalent? The power of friendship is not really prevalent. 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 The power of friendship isn't really prevalent. It's more to do with how famous the historical character is. And the characters are pretty badass. There's God. There's so many. I don't even know where to start. But it's very good. It's my second favorite series in the world. I don't think this is right. Fuck it, that's where her arm's going now. I can't be bothered drawing. Let's put her chain thing in here. Let's do a little extra bits there. There we go. There we go. And let's put her stick in. Jean, and they're on the ox stick. And then we put some links on the stick, and then we put her flag on the stick. Yes. Viva la France. La France. Because that's what Joan of Arc's thing said. The top series for Fate. Oh no. This is a difficult question. There's so many. I mean, oh. I feel like I need to put some green on here for no reason. I just need it. I don't know why. It just needs some green. There we go. Jean! Grand Order. Fate. Grand Order. Top Fate series. Oh, look. I leveled up on this one. Wonderful. Bleach. Bleach is my first favorite series. Bleach is kind of the thing that got me into anime, and it's close to my heart. I love it. This letter regards an amazing business opportunity. You want it? No, you need more than that though. Yes, that'll do. I'm impressed. Your piece, Dogstar Knight, is amazing. Ah! Dogstar Knight did it! Yes! The way you use baby blue is probably the best I've seen. You put down a lot of time in your art, which drives up the price tremendously. Super smart. I'd like to present you with an opportunity to move to a proper place. You'll meet only the best clients, and you'll be able to make great deals. I own the business, so I got a space just for you. Only a fool would say no. I accept. But yeah, Bleach is my favorite anime series. And Fate itself, it's hard to decide. I have so many. I love them all. Because, I mean, Unlimited Blade Works is great. The Heavensville movies are great. Babylon was great. Apocrypha was great. The only one that wasn't great, I can tell you what my least favorite was really easily, and that was Last Encore, which I think it was on Netflix at the time, but it was supposed to be adapting the game Fate Extra, but I don't know what it was doing. It kind of took some elements from it, but it was just wild and out there and not really Fate Extra at all. And It had some cool ideas, but it just wasn't enough. Okay, my next book that I read was Ghost Reaper Girl. Another manga. Like I said, I was going through my mangas. I'm still going through my mangas, actually. They're behind me right now, and I still have like 3 or 4 on there that I need to finish. Oh, but I am actually going to take a very short break right now, because I need to walk and refill my water. So, I will be right back. Passepartout, come back, please. Thank you. I forgot to pause it, which I kind of realized when I went away. Which would have been bad, because then obviously if you sit idle in this game, you keep losing money, so I didn't pause it. But Ghost Reaper Girl! I read Ghost Reaper Girl. It was a suggestion from my boyfriend. And he suggested it because it's basically like a magical girl series, but in Shonen Jump. So that was very fun. I have enjoyed it. The main character on the, at least the dude behind. Why am I going with blue? Blue is not a color in this. We need to go with red. Red. Thank you. You can thank the YouTube audio library for it. Hey, Ghost Reaper Girl was a lot of fun. I don't want to try draw Ghost Reaper Girl herself. I don't have the power left in me for that kind of drawing. So I'm just gonna draw the scythe. Yeah, scythe! It has like a little circle here, and then it goes down, and then it goes straight. And then it has a thingy, and then it does this, and then it goes straight. Heck yeah. And then just color that in. And then we'll just make this look fancy. That'll be my Ghost Reaper Girl one. I don't really want to do a whole thing. Whole thingamajig. I am getting a little tired. But I kind of want to carry on until I've done all the books that I've read, because we are really close to the end of that. We've got Ghost Supergirl, and then we've got. That's it. We've only got one more after Ghost Supergirl, and then I'll probably have to call it from that. But it's been very fun. I have enjoyed myself. Let's get a bit of the darker red on the actual site like this. Bleh. Blood. The series isn't this bloody. as like anything else. I need. No, we embrace the chaos. We embrace this. Let's put a little grey in here and call that. I don't even know. Whatever that is. That is a Ghost Reaper girl. Yeah. Reaper girl. Not Ghost Rapper girl. That's catty. Yeah, glitters. I really hate those colours. I really hate you, Frank. And last but certainly not least, probably the book that would have suited that bloody picture more than any of the others so far was Alice, which was based off the app game of the same name, although it was based in the real world, quote unquote real world. And it's about the game's about fairy tale characters trying to like more please. Thank you. You can have it. You have taste. About fairy tale characters trying to like bring their authors back to life so that they can adjust to their endings. I need to fuzzy wuzzy wabbit tail. Boo 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 boo. But the actual manga wasn't about that, and it was kind of messed up, and there was a lot of blood, gore, and death. So it was a little fucked up. Which I kind of expected, I'll be totally honest. It's by the app is sort of at least the concept of it is from Yoko Taro, who obviously did the Nier series, the Nier Automatas and the Nier Replicants and whatnot. And the reason I'm doing this bunny is because this character's like super form or like fairy tale form is in Alice in Wonderland, but like she has like fire bunny ears, which is pretty cool. Why is there a ghost in here? Hey spooky friend, how you doing? What the fuck? I feel like I need to make these eyes a little bit bigger so that I can do this. And then suddenly it's a little cuter. And then I'm gonna do red on the here. Yeah, red. Red. Red, red, red. Red, 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 red. Red, 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 red. I only intended to do the background, and then that happened, and I can't control myself apparently. Oh, I'm gonna look crazy. This means I do have to end the stream soon. So this one is called Alice. Done. We have gone through every single book that I have read since landing in the Forbidden Library. Go me. More please. More please. That'll do. I said that'll do. That'll do, pig. Should we go back to the reading room for a little while? Just have a little goodbye there before I leave you. Let's go back. Hello? Hello? Okay, I'm in. What is going on? That happened twice. Bit of new layout scuff. Anyway, I was saying I gave a bit of a shout out to my mama and to my rigger because they've done such a wonderful job, and I wouldn't have this 105 subscribers without them. So thank you to them. And I just wanted to go through my goals again before I leave. I know I've done this once on the stream, but some of you weren't there. And I would also like to say, if you have any ideas of things you would like me to do as stream goals, please feel free to comment and whatever. And my next stream goal is in the next 100 subs, and that will be me playing a horror game. I hate horror games, just so you know. I'm okay at some of them, but this one I plan to play for that 300 subs will be something along the lines of like Mortuary Assistant or something. You know the ones that are like really scary, like the ones that are designed to make streamers cry, and I will cry, and it will be awful, but it's for your entertainment, and you will have earned it with 300 subs. With 500 subs, I will shell out for a shiny new outfit. I would very, very much like a nice summer dress. I think that would be the best. And if you all get me to 1,000 subs, I will do the most embarrassing thing in the world, and that is read you some cringy old fanfiction from when I was in high school. Yeah. It'll be the worst for me, but probably entertaining for you. However, you've reached my first sub goal, which is reading my book on stream. I can take away the Sonic fanfiction. I just thought that, you know, people like to humiliate themselves on stream, and that seems to work for a lot of people, so we could take that away. I would happily take that away. If anyone wants me to take that away, please feel free to comment it, and if it gets like a lot of likes and stuff, then I will take it away. It is horrific. Yeah, I just wanted to go through that. So you know when the next one of these will probably be. Anything else for me to say? Other than I will be back tomorrow with my reading stream. The suffering will be funny. The suffering will be funny, and I will definitely suffer. Tomorrow I will be reading more Misperception. We will see where the adventures of... Oh, my brain is starting to not work. Apparently this is where my brain stops. So about 3 hours and 5 minutes is my stream limit, apparently. Adventures in Misperception, trying to get away from... Yeah, Felix! Yeah, the Adventures of Felix, that's the word. Thank you, Q. You got me. The Adventures of Felix, who may or may not be a trash panda. And trying to get away from what may or may not be the trash panda mob. Good stuff. Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow. And then after that, I don't know, I'll tell you about next week's schedule then. If you haven't already, please go press the like button and the subscribe button so we can get closer to those goals that I have just put up. That would be lovely, and I would highly appreciate it. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Rippy Dippy, Q, Luke, Snow Taco. It's starting to get kind of a long list. Marcus. Who else? That was it. That's all I've got to thank. Oh yeah, Rahel. I know you're there. You lurker. So thank you to all you. Thank you to anyone lurking. Thank you to anyone who watches the VOD. I really appreciate everyone's support. I'm really thrilled to have gotten to 200. The views on my streams have been really good since then, and just thank you. I'm really chuffed. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. This has been Bryony Rose Smith, live from the Forbidden Library. Goodbye.